everybody. Welcome to this week's crystal channeling. This week's is a little different than normal because it's a channeling, but I've already been given the theme and the purpose for the channeling, and I happened upon it a couple of days ago. I've just moved, and as you can see, I've still got boxes behind me. I think I have more books and crystals than and boxes than the movers have ever seen. And I needed this specific energy. I needed to be grounded a couple of days ago. Grounding in general is super important for me right now for obvious reasons. But then also just to really keep the channels open in alignment, you know, as I'm birthing a new program that I'm launching in a couple of weeks, a few weeks. And also just with settling into this new and magical place that I'm now living in. And most of my crystals are still packed. I couldn't really find what I needed, but I found this quartz, and not just any quartz, but a quartz tantric twin. It's actually almost what they call a family, really, because it almost looks like there's a third point here. And I was reminded that with quartz, you can ask quartz to channel pretty much any specific frequency, any kind of intention, and it, if so willing, it will do that. And I do say ask because a lot of people talk about programming crystals. I'm not into programming crystals. When you're imposing your will energetically on something else, that just doesn't feel high frequency to me. That just doesn't feel like it's coming from a place of love and consciousness. So I prefer to always ask. And so I asked this crystal if it would be willing to channel some specific frequencies that I needed. And one of the things that came through to me, and it was just this beautiful moment of grace. I was out in my meditation spot, which is right by this little pond in my backyard. And in this beautiful process of connecting with what I told was the tree of life, or the crystal tree of life, in terms of really grounding into the earth and receiving vitality from the earth, but then also connecting to spirit and having them both meet in the middle. And I just thought that was so gorgeous. And again, you know, interesting with the twinning energies in terms of bringing two together into one, which I guess maybe is that third point. So it's really quite fascinating how that all came together. And I was guided to share that with you guys this week because of where we all are in the world, on our path right now, where we're going, coming into alignment, being centered, remaining grounded, but also being open to spirit is really valuable. So I'm going to basically channel what I just described through this crystal in a type of guided meditation. So for any of you who feel that this is valuable, you can tune in now with your piece of quartz, if you will, or any crystal really that you feel guided to use, or no crystal is also fine. But you can also do this, because this is just going to be short, just about 5 minutes, maybe less. You can do this at any point in time during the week or the next few weeks, you know, on any given day where you feel like you need that reconnect and you need to come into alignment. So if everyone's willing to close their eyes and take a couple deep breaths, and I know there's some background noise happening in my home right now, so I apologize for that. I gave my dogs a bone to keep them from barking and playing wildly, which worked, but now I'm hearing that noise. So if we can just sort of tune that out, come into a place of grace. Because this is life, this is the spiritual life. It's not always perfectly contained in this bubble. There are distractions, there are other things that come in, and it's really about maintaining that spirit, you know, center through all. So I guess everything's mirroring the purpose of this right now. Taking a couple of deep breaths and allowing your energy to come into a place of center. That can be in different places, in different people. Find where it feels in your body, inside your body. And if you're like, whoa, I can't feel my center, I have no idea. which may be true for some of you, then just imagine your energy coming down to the base of your spine, your root chakra, which will at least bring you into your foundational energy of your system. Or if you know where your center is, breathe into your center. And from that place of center, imagining or visualizing or sensory connecting with a tree, a majestic, massive tree. Trees emit their own aura, as do plants and all things. Allowing yourself to be embraced and embodied and held within the aura of the tree. Maybe a specific kind of tree. It may be your teacher tree, your elder tree. Imagining touching the bark of this tree. Is it knobbly, full of ridges? Is it smooth or papery? And leaning in and touching your third eye to the trunk of this tree. Connecting from a place of beingness and love. A fair exchange of energy. And letting your own roots grow down from your feet, down into the ground, and intertwining and interconnecting lovingly with the roots of this tree. Down deep into the ground. We're told that the trees communicate and connect with each other through their roots. Through synthesis and chemistry and energy in the ground, the whole root network, whole forest can communicate from one end to the other as quick as lightning through that root network. And feeling yourself connect and merge, not just with this tree, but with other tree and plant beings around you through that subterranean root network. Exchanging in minerals and nutrients. Becoming and embodying part of this gorgeous and beautiful web of life. Deep into the rich, fertile soil. And feeling how that nourishes and energizes and revitalizes your whole system, and letting that come up through your own roots and root network, up into your body. Filling and charging the root network of your body, which is your nervous system, the peripheral and central nervous system, your veins, your circulatory system, lymphatic system, so that every level and being of your body, muscles, tissue, bone, fluids, organs, glands, are nurtured and revitalized, healed, replenished, restored through this intertwining of root networks. And feel how those roots energetically begin to grow out through the top of your head, almost like the double helix or triple helix or 12 helix, whatever you picture in that DNA sort of structure. Feel it grow and intertwine. It could even look like antlers. It could look like tree branches out through the top of your head. And noticing as that growth further and further up into the sky, into the light, into the ethers, as it happens, it's more that you are stretching and growing as opposed to floating up, because you are so anchored and intertwined in this root network deep within the earth, deep within your own body and system. But connecting up into that higher realm of spirit, of divine light, of nourishment through the divine light, the wisdom of the Akasha, the divine archetypal collective consciousness of our higher selves, the higher selves of humanity, of trees, of flora and fauna, of the earth itself, for the earth has an aura and a higher self as well. Feeling how as above, so below, connected to this interweb of beauty and nourishment and wisdom and enlightenment, and let that feed source energy back down through into your crown chakra, into your mind, into your spirit, into your psyche, into your consciousness, into your heart chakra, into your feeling self, your emotional self, and yes, down into the wounded and shadow self, because we love them too, and they are part of us as well. All the way down into our body and down into our subterranean root network. So divine light passes through and down. Earth energy passes through and up and out. And it all spills over to the sides and interconnects in the middle world, in the middle place, on the middle plane. This beautiful web and cycle that you're not imagining, that you are simply becoming aware of, noticing, becoming present to. And as you do, and as you participate in the exchange of giving, you receive. Give and receive. Give and receive. The natural pattern, process, and cycle of nature. Breathing that into every cell of your being, embodying that truth in your heart, your soul, your mind, your spirit. Letting it settle there. Give and receive, give and receive. The constant cycle of the intertwined webs of life. Take another deep breath. Whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Come back to presence. And remain in that connection. And you can return to that connection whenever you need to, for healing, replenishment, and knowing that you are not alone. You are part of all of this, and it is all part of you. So thank you to our teacher Crystal today, beautiful tantric twin, and thank you to all of you for joining me in this beautiful experience. Blessings.